Wow. It has taken me 3 trips to the park in order to get this film done. The first time I came, I was here, I filmed, it was almost 20 minutes what I filmed, but my mind was so, my mind was racing, and at the same time, I was so, I'm still so kind of spacey because I cannot process what's happening with my channel. I cannot process yet the overwhelming support and love that I have received every time I read a comment. It just makes me so emotional, and it's overwhelming in a good way, but it's all happened so fast that it's so hard for me to just process it. I'm still trying to realize this is real life because it just feels very surreal for me. And I just have to say, I am so grateful. You guys have no idea how grateful I am that I never imagined that this was possible. I know that I wanted to do YouTube since many years ago. I just never believed that I finally showed up. I'm finally here. I'm finally filming. I'm finally expressing. And the way that it has been received by you guys and by the universe, it's literally a sign for me that I am stepping into my power and my purpose. And it is so surreal. I did take notes because I did not want to be a little bit like, um I didn't want to go off topic of what I am going to speak about. So I wanted to start with that, with the fact that YouTube is also basically frozen. It has not collected the data yet from June 28th till now. It has only processed my analytics until June 28th. So it is backed up. That's why I don't have features like super thanks or anything like that, because it has not caught up with the growth that I'm experiencing as a new creator on here. So that has been, like I said, overwhelming for me, and it's been overwhelming for YouTube, clearly. So I want to give you guys a point of reference. What my life looked like, let's say last year and the year before and the year before that, it was very, very dark for me. It was very in my wounds all the time, very triggered, very bothered. The smallest thing that any of my parents would say, I would automatically just be angry. Had a lot of anger moments in the last couple of years. Not only just anger, but I was just in a state of, I did not like my life. I did not like the experience I was having. I kept reacting to them. And I'm not going to say that I don't react to them today, because I still do. I literally reacted to my mom a little before coming here, because sometimes the things that she says is just like, I don't get it. But I had a lot of emotions that were very visible, that I was just constantly angry, constantly on edge. And not that I learned to not pity myself or feel sorry for myself in any way, but I was like, why are you like that? Like, why are they like that? Why do they behave that way? Why do they react that way? Why do they treat me that way? Why do they say these things to me? And the moment that I stopped blaming them, because the reason why I'm still stuck there is because I have become submissive and comfortable because that is what I learned to be normal. And I did not believe in myself. I felt like I wasn't worth, and that what I had to express wouldn't matter to anybody. And why would my story matter to anyone? Even though I knew since I was a little girl that I had a purpose in life and that my purpose was to help in some way, to be of service to others, and not just others, but nature and animals, and the the sensitivity that I carry with me. I am highly empathetic, and I think that empathy is what can transform your world, not just empathy, but gratitude. And I was lacking that a lot last year, the year before that, the year before that. Everything did a 360 February of 2022. Prior to that, like I did say, I had an experience in a meditation on March 28th on 2021, and that changed my whole mapping of my brain and perspective of life. And I went on this peak during that year, starting March all the way through like January of 2022. And then February came and I fell off that mountain and I hit the rock bottom. And I mean, the deepest of the bottom's bottom, that's where I was. And I spent years after that trying to come up and being dragged back down, come up and then being dragged back down. And I was in very dark places last year, mentally, and not just last year, but the year before that. I was disheartened, I was disappointed in myself, and I was just trapped. And now that I started this exactly a week ago yesterday was Thursday. It has completely changed my life in the sense that I have liberated my wounds out into the open. You guys have seen me like no one has ever seen me. The fact that you guys have seen me, and the people that know me in real life, like my family, they don't even know me. And that hurts. I'm not going to lie. That does hurt. But I feel a sense of freedom and liberation in the fact that I'm finally being seen for me, and it's affirming my purpose, gives me so much empowerment and allows me to feel more inspired to actually be here. This is my third time, like I said, coming here. And I was like, I have to show up no matter what. And the third time is the charm. So here we are. I want to point out one more thing. Nobody in my real life knows that I am filming videos for YouTube. No one in my family knows. The only person that knows is a friend of mine, and that's it. Nobody outside of that. First of all, I don't have friends. He's actually the only friend that I have. But nobody in my family knows that I'm doing this. This is like my secret. I am seeing a turtle right now. Yeah, I'm seeing a turtle right now, and it's adorable. He's pretty big. How pretty. Okay. So nobody in my family knows that I'm filming this at all. And I want to keep it that way. It's a way to protect my energy, and it's a way to protect my mental space. And I think that it's better this way. And I'm going to keep it this way for the time being. This is my journey, my life, and I don't need their opinion on it because they chose the life that they want to live. And that is not the life that I am choosing. I cannot live my life through their lens and through their experience and through their density, their energy, and their beliefs. I cannot. I am a person who I do not like anger. I do not like bickering. I do not like criticizing or judging. I do not like the hateful energy. I don't carry any of those things. So I just want to protect my space, and this is my sacred space right now. And I'm sharing my life story with you guys, and this is nothing to do with them. It's all to do with me and me changing my life. So that's why I'm here. And this is basically a secret between us, all of us, and the universe, because I'm obviously signaling the universe that I want freedom and I want others to be inspired to want their freedom too, and to be able to become aware of the patterns that has led them into some form of stagnancy in their life. I did have a community tab yesterday that I realized I had, and I made a post yesterday about if you guys had any questions for me that you would like for me to answer in this video. So I'm gonna answer 3 of the questions. One is from Sven, I think. That's, if I said your name wrong, I'm so sorry. But Sven, and the question was, does the idea of moving on my own scare me? Yes, it is very terrifying. I have been told so many times how I cannot do anything on my own. Even when I have made like my own like breakfast in the morning, I get told that I'm doing it wrong. And it's like everything I do is always wrong. And it's so belittling. Like it belittles you to like, you cannot even do your own breakfast without getting criticized, or you cannot even cook anything without getting criticized, or you cannot clean a certain way without getting criticized. So yes, moving on my own is scary, and I can understand why you feel overwhelmed, because it is a scary step to take if you've never done it before. And I've never done it before. Um like I've never gone to live on my own. So it is terrifying, especially because of my general anxiety and thinking like, what happens if something happens to me and there's nobody there? Like all of the things that your mind tends to bring up, and that is to keep you from doing these things, and it's basically you blocking your own way. But yes, I am scared, but I believe in this will make my life better. It would give me a better quality of life. It'll give me peace. It'll give me a space where I can be myself freely and in my own energy. And it's going to be a space that is going to be protective, and I'm going to feel at ease, and it would allow me to open up more my creativity and my gifts and my space. I mean, I would love to have my own space to do my own meditations. Like I do them in my room, but it's not the same to be in your own space where you're not going to be interrupted. And I know that I'm going to be so much more free in my own space, even if it terrifies me to actually do it. Because that's one of the reasons why I never did, because of the fear of what happens if you're alone, and what happens if something happens to you, or what happens if whatever and you're by yourself. But being on your own is can be scary, but I think what's more scary is staying stuck in the same situation, in the same environment, living your life miserably, not being able to be yourself in your own space and in your own energy. That is more scary to me than moving out on your own in your own space. And then I'm going to answer the second question is by Dara. And it says, what was my mystical experience that I had mentioned in my prior videos? I'm going to make a video dedicated just to that, just because it's such a detailed story of something that I experienced. And it happened within like 2 weeks of practicing, rewiring my mind, being grateful and feeling gratitude. And it was these little things that I was doing that led to that experience in my meditation on March 28th of 2021. That was also a full moon. And I'm gonna make a video just for that because it deserves its own video because it's one of the most mind-blowing experiences I have ever had in my entire life, aside from what's happening right now with my YouTube channel. And then Starlight, oh no, actually Stringlight Goddess, sorry. Stringlight Goddess says, "What am I hoping to do with the channel? I don't know. I am just going to keep showing up. I don't know where this is leading me. I don't know. I'm just going to allow things to unfold, and I'm sure that whatever the plan is for this channel will reveal itself to me or will come to me as I continue to create and express and to be myself." Um, that is for me what I believe is the best way to navigate through this. I honestly never in my life, like I said, imagined that my channel would have this sudden growth and response. And I have built a community of super loving, kind human beings that I now feel connected to so many people when I have never felt connected to anyone like this before. Like, I felt like I was alone in the world, and I felt so disappointed with humans throughout my life because of the experiences that I've had with the people that I have allowed in my life, that it was very hard for me to feel connected to people. But this has completely changed my life in that aspect where I feel more connected and more supported and more seen than I ever have in my entire life. And I am so honestly grateful for that. You have no idea what it means to me. Every time I read a comment, it touches my very soul. And there are times that I have to pause from reading comments because I get so emotionally overwhelmed that I need to take a break. But I read all of them and I try to answer as best I can to most of them, but it's getting really hard to. So I if you see me heart your comment, it means that I read it. So yeah, this has been the most surreal experience. That's what I am experiencing right now. It's very surreal, it's very hard to process, very hard to grasp. My brain feels like it's in space because I cannot understand what's happening. So it's going to take me a minute, and thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for believing in me. I don't have words to express my gratitude, and I am going to be posting again on Tuesday. I know that when you watch this video, it's going to be on July 4th. So I'm going to post this video earlier than I thought I was going to, just because I know that everyone's going to be celebrating or probably going to a barbecue and or having a barbecue. So I'm going to post this earlier than I scheduled to post. And yeah, um, thank you. Thank you so much. By the way, I've been surrounded by crows and iguanas and turtles, and it's been really magical. On my way here, like walking back in for the third time, I ran into a blue jay, and I love blue jays. But anyway, thank you for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Well, today. I will see you today at 8 a.m. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Um, Again, thank you for being here. And let's see what the next video leads me to or takes me to.